Hey guys, I wasn't sure if I was gonna ever make this video or get it out. A lot has happened with Awesome Platonic Love Games. But you guys haven't seen it, and that's the worst part, I think. I'm sorry that I haven't produced any content. I'm sorry that I haven't let you guys know anything at all. It seemed like every time I got ready to do this video, something else happened. That's life. So here we go. I'm going to get into it. A couple of the reasons or all of the reasons that we haven't posted any content, you haven't seen anything from us at all in 2018, or really since November 2017. I got busy. This isn't my full-time job. I have another full-time job that is pretty demanding, specifically around the holidays. A few of you guys who know me personally understand that and can definitely identify with that. It's hard for me to kind of give up things like this that I really care about when I don't have time to do anything. That takes a mental toll on me, and so I'm glad that during the holidays I was able to see my family and some friends, going home to where I'm from in Georgia and different things like that. That kind of bolsters my spirit back up a little bit. But overall, I think between getting busy and knowing that I didn't have a creative outlet here anymore, I kind of got just down. I wasn't depressed. It wasn't anything like that. I had a great time, and I really was able to pour a lot of my skill into my full-time job that I normally would have been pouring into here, because you guys don't see this all the time, but I do video editing and I do audio editing, and that's what I do full-time. Well, that's the primary reason that I didn't post after November, but there were a lot of things, and it just kind of felt like a pile-on that just added to that. And a couple of the reasons are, in September, Christian and I got together and shot a bunch of videos, about 40 episodes of Pokemon Leaf Green, and it was after filming that I realized that my screen recorder had basically broken and was lying to me about its capturing. And so at that time, I had to fork out another chunk of change for another screen recorder, but it's too late. We'd already lost what would have been probably a good few months of content on this channel for you guys of a game that I love, that I grew up playing. Not that version, not necessarily Leaf Green, but the original Pokemon. And so it was just a good time because I didn't have to think about the game as much. I know it like the back of my hand. Christian had a great time, and it was a great experience. We just lost it all. We have the face cam. I've toyed around with showing you guys that. If you want to see it, you can tell me you want to see it. I don't think it's particularly interesting. It's funny. We say funny stuff, but it's probably only funny if you actually see what we're doing. That was a big hit to kind of how I felt at the time. And I think it was a big deal for Christian too. It's definitely hard to pour, a work day and then some into something that ultimately doesn't amount to anything. Coupled with that, I also invested in a 3DS that has a screen capture ability on it to be able to play 3DS games. Because, again, Pokemon's on those and a lot of other great 3DS games that I've just not had the ability to play because that's something that Nintendo doesn't provide, which is fine. I understand that. But through third-party abilities, companies, I was able to get a 3DS that has a capture card in it. When it arrived, I realized that it didn't actually have a capture card in it. It just had the ability to output to a HDMI device, but I have to buy another piece of equipment that's also fairly expensive in order to change it from USB to HDMI, which is how our capture cards work, the ones that we capture the Nintendo Switch and everything else with. And so there's just a lot of discouragement there, and that it piles up after a little while, and coupled with busyness, it just makes it hard to produce content. And I've overcome some of that stuff. I'm planning on getting the piece of equipment that I need for the 3DS capture. I am doing a lot of editing. I've got the editing software on my computer now, and I'm sure you guys have realized now that this video was edited. But the real kicker lately, and this will affect the rest of the content that comes out, is, and why this video wasn't posted earlier, is because when I was getting ready to post something I'd recorded before, this happened just days later, before I could finalize it. I'm sure you guys have seen the changes about YouTube's monetization policy. If not, basically it keeps small channels like us, under 1,000 subscribers, from being able to monetize on their videos. That doesn't really affect a lot of people, because if you have under 1,000 subscribers, it's probably not your full-time job, so any money you make on it's just bonus. It does help to get money for the time you spend, but we have an agreement with Nintendo that they get 30% of everything that we make on videos that have their intellectual property, aka their video games, in them. And if they can't make money on it, there's a potential that they could give us copyright strikes and our videos could get pulled. If we were just a vlogging channel, that wouldn't affect our content production at all. But being as though we rely on someone else's intellectual property to make a good product, it's not just that, but that's a big part of it. Content production has been a big question. I've contacted Nintendo about the Nintendo Creators Program and what the plan is moving forward. But as far as I know, on February 20th of this year, 2018, our channel will no longer be able to post videos of video game content on our channel unless Nintendo says otherwise. And so I'm going to live stream a bunch from now until then, as much as I can, being that that's only a few days away at time of recording. I'm going to do everything I can to make good content while I can, in or while waiting for a response from Nintendo. And then after that, I don't know. There's some new kinds of content coming that don't have anything to do with a video game, but it's a game. It's not a board game or anything like that. Although, if you guys are interested in board games, HMU, if you know what I mean. But there's more content coming. It's not just Nintendo. I've got an Xbox now. You guys can't see that back there. But I've got an Xbox now. And there's a potential I could play some Fortnite or some PUBG or Overwatch or Destiny or, something on Xbox. I could do that. I still love Nintendo. I'm still going to probably mostly stick to Nintendo games because they're just the best, in my opinion. I grew up playing Nintendo exclusively. We didn't have PlayStations or Xboxes in my house. So Nintendo is always going to have that special spot for me, regardless of the decision that they make moving forward about me being able to use their content for this channel. However, I'm optimistic that they have already thought of a solution that will allow us to continue to produce content. So, if that's the case, you'll know by me posting an edited version of a new episode of Breath of the Wild. Along with that, more good news. I gotta deliver some good news. We're doing a channel redesign. It's gonna be a little new, not exactly sure exactly what the feel is gonna look like, but I'm working with a great graphic design friend of mine to make a really great, polished, fun look for the channel that's gonna help us stand out from the competition and not tie personalities down. Because there are going to be videos moving forward that Christian's not in. And there are going to be moving forward videos that I'm not in. It's just how it's going to be. We don't want to be tied down to just a specific personality or a couple of specific personalities. Just keep your eyes out for the redesign and for more videos. And if you like me doing these kind of one-on-one things with you guys, obviously I don't always have a reason to tell you this kind of thing. But if you like these one-on-one videos, this is kind of more how the live stream feel. So go check out our past live streams. I'll try to link those, in the description or in the end screen. And if you don't like this, then leave a nasty word in the comments. Something like really gross, like mud or dirt or dirty money. You know, something like that. But if you do, please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. We're on Facebook, Awesome Platonic Love Games. We're also toying around with the idea of posting some of the content on Facebook because we got a pretty good following on there. So if that's what you're into, we might do exclusive content over there. I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this through to the end. I'm really excited about what's to come, and check out these things over here. Don't be blinded by the light. It's just some backlight, a cool lamp that I got. So check out these things here somewhere in the frame, I'm sure, hopefully. And yeah, see ya.